So this is the true story of how the white rabbit learned to eat other things than milk. Because there was upon a time, there was a farm, and there was a white rabbit living on that farm. White rabbit with a fluffy fur and red eyes, and the only thing he would ever eat or drink was milk. There was no other way. That was his favorite drink, that was everything he would consume, and he would consume nothing else except for that. And that was that. So this rabbit lived on a farm with a lovely old woman who was really, really fond of him and took good care of him. And then one day, instead of the usual routine when she would wake up and pour milk into his little bowl and feed him, she got a phone call early in the morning from her long-lost son, telling her that he and her grandchildren were coming to visit, and she was so thrilled, she was excited, she was like, there's this saying that only Chuck Norris can convince his grandmother that he's not hungry. So she started to bake and prepare and make sure that when her grandchildren come, that they would have plenty of everything. So she made different pastries, croissants, cookies, all these different delicacies for them. And she got so carried away into baking and preparing and mixing and stirring and everything that she had forgotten about the white rabbit, and it wasn't until far past noon that she remembered when she checked the watch to see if the grandchildren were about to come, and she realized, oh my god, I forgot about the rabbit, I forgot to feed him, I didn't bring him his breakfast, oh my god, he's going to be furious. So she dropped everything in the kitchen, but she was done baking anyway, because she, made everything in 6 hours. She ran outside, went to the rabbit, and she was like, I am so sorry, I forgot about you and your breakfast, but I was so busy baking, and I spent there isn't a drop of milk left. I can't feed you today. You will have to eat something else. And of course the rabbit was furious. He went like, I am a rabbit, I desire milk, and I'm not going to have anything else. I insist, bring me some milk. And she was like, well, I am very sorry, and I really am, but there is no milk left. And the rabbit was really, really, really angry. He demanded milk, and the woman really felt bad, and she wanted to feed him. So she went back into the house, looked around, rummaged all the shelves, and she found some carrots. And she was like, well, that's carrot, that's a rabbit. Kind of might click. We'll see. Maybe he'll swipe right. So she took the carrots to the rabbit. She was like, "Look, I'm really sorry, Bunny, but there is no milk. But I have these fresh, juicy, crunchy, lovely carrots. Maybe you want to try that." The rabbit was appalled. I am a rabbit. I desire milk. I will not have any of this nonsense. Bring me some milk. And he went on a hunger strike, turned around, wagged his tail, and wouldn't look at her or the carrots for even a second. Of course, the kind-hearted woman, she was devastated as well, went back in, looked through her pantry, found some tidbits, but nothing seemed to be really, really appropriate. So then she said, okay, maybe I can give him some of the cookies that I baked for my grandchildren. I can spare a few. So she took a few of the cookies to the bunny and said, hey bunny, there's some milk in the cookies, maybe you want to try. I am a rabbit, I desire milk, I shall not try any of this, please take it away. So she took it away, went back in, and she was getting worried because now she saw she was dealing with a seriously stubborn rabbit, and she was worried how she would feed him. And she was looking around, and then way on top there was a shelf with some honey. There was a jar of honey, so she took the jar of honey down, opened it up, put it in a bowl, and brought the bowl to the rabbit. It was like, well, I know it's not milk, and I know I really messed up, and I'm sorry, but maybe you want to try some honey. Honey? What do I look? Do I look like a bear to you? I'm not going to have honey, I demand milk. He turned around again. So the woman took the honey back in, went into the kitchen, rummaged through the pantry, and then in her utmost despair, God's light shone upon her, and she saw there was a glass, like a, not a glass, but there was a yogurt cup. So she opened the yogurt, put it in the rabbit's bowl, stirred with some water, and it looked milky, looked a liquid white drink. So she took that to the rabbit and was wisely quiet. So she just put it down. She said, "There you go, enjoy your meal." And the rabbit was so hungry that he was just and ate everything. Not everything, but like came halfway through before he realized that that flavor is not milky at all. It doesn't taste like milk. So he was like lapping it up, and then he stopped and looked up at the farmer woman and was like, "Well, wait a second. This isn't milk. What is this?" And she was like, "Well, that's yogurt." "It's what?" So she said, "That's yogurt. What's that?" the bunny demanded, and she explained to him that it was a dairy product made out of milk but tasted differently, and the rabbit was appalled. "Well, this tastes really good. Why didn't you tell me? Why did you?" And the woman was her patience was tried, but she didn't get upset. She said, "Okay, I brought you so many things. You refused to try them. Now this is yogurt. If you try that and you like it, then..." She was like, "Yeah, maybe I could try something else as well. What, didn't you mention a carrot previously? Could I get that another chance of that?" So of course she went back in, brought him the carrot. It was juicy, crunchy, fresh carrot, and he bit and took a bite, and it was delicious, like an explosion of flavor, this orange juicy thing in his mouth, and he had never had something like that, so he really liked that. And then there was still a piece of a cookie left on the floor that he had previously refused, so he took the bite out of that cookie, ate the cookie, found it delicious, and that's how on that day he had a huge turnover, and like his life turned upside down, and milk was still his favorite drink, his favorite dish, his favorite everything, but he had warmed up to other things as well and realized that there was much more to life's repertoire than just the milk he had been so devoted to for years and years. So that's the story about how the rabbit who would have nothing but milk expanded his culinary repertoire. And you're all invited back here tomorrow at 6-ish p.m. because the Slovene version comes first. And tomorrow there's going to be the lovely mysterious story of the owl and the white crow. Thank you for watching, and invite your friends, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6. Bye bye.